this year, I don't even want to call it. You guys are familiar with the term a milkshake duck.
Yes.
Yeah. So there was a tweet many years ago that was basically kind of talking about the phenomenon that we're about to talk about, which is something funny or cute happens, and then everybody looks into whatever that person's life was before, and they're like, oh, they're a fucking monster.
Yep.
And it was the tweet was something like, there's a duck that drinks milkshakes, and then it's like, past tweets have come up and the duck is actually racist.
Yeah.
is the tweet. So now the phenomenon of doing a deep dive on a shooting star is referred to as a milkshake duck, although in this case I don't even know if that's what you would call it. And of course we have to kind of go through the timeline here, because I found out that it kind of actually lines up in a sort of funny way with the last time we were all together. So May 14th, we released the Money Phoenix episode.
Yes.
Where
that motherfucker.
we talked about the worst commencement speaker ever, Chris Pan, who sang a bunch and tried to get ChatGPT to write his commencement address and then settled for
a lot
taking
of crowd work.
Ayahuasca. And then they sang a bunch. And then when I looked at his website, and there's just a section that says Money Animals, and then you click it, it just says Money Phoenix. So that happens May 14th. And little did we know that less than a month later, June 11th, they're on Broadway in Nashville. And the Tim and D YouTube show would approach a 21-year-old at the time, Haliey Welch, and ask her what drives a man crazy in bed. And she, of course, said,
"Oh, you gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing. You get me?"
It's funny because, a phoenix is a bird and so is a hawk. And now I think we've got an actual money phoenix happening here.
Right.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And we covered her a little bit. So July 28th, she made an appearance on Club Random with Bill Maher.
What?
Which
Oh, yeah.
I listened to clips from that one. That was rough.
it is
fucking old, out of touch piece of shit.
When she was trying to hook him up with her grandma,
Amazing.
and I was like,
Yeah.
you have no idea, girl. He dates women younger than you.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. He's a fucking freak. I think I said at the time, I was like, this should just be the new Dracula movie.
Oh,
She's Keanu Reeves. He's Gary Oldman. He is a vampire. You need to stay the fuck away from
really
that guy.
did. Like, the interview got more unsettling as it went on because he's smoking and drinking.
He's
like
drunk.
smoking weed.
Oh, he's
blunts
wasted.
and
Yeah.
Just sloppier
Just
and
ghost.
sloppier and sloppier drunk.
Yeah, actually, we should ask because Nico's a bit younger than us. Have you interacted at all with Bill Maher's Club Random?
No.
It's really just for like sick people that just need to feel something, and if that something is cringing for an hour and a half, you can feel it, baby, because that show is shocking. It looks not dissimilar from this, except it's
Intimate.
just 85-year-old Bill Maher inviting people he either has too much respect for or no respect for.
Or wants to fuck.
I have a vision of this in my head. Is it him at a wooden table and then somebody's like across from the wooden table?
They're in like big comfy chairs, and he's smoking a
even
joint
weirder.
and getting fucked up. It's
In his
probably,
basement.
It's literally in his home.
How old is this show? I think my mom used to watch it.
No, you're thinking
of
you're
that
thinking
one
of
on
real
HBO.
time.
Oh, I am.
So-
okay.
That was his
classic
talk show.
Bill
No,
Maher.
now he's
Yeah.
just getting high in his basement with teenagers and trying to fuck them.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, real
We've come a
time.
long way, baby.
Shockingly, Real Time with Bill Maher is still on the air on HBO. Yeah, but he's 21 years the show has been on Real Time with Bill Maher.
Christ.
Yeah, but we covered in the 2003 episode the debut of it, and I think we mentioned Club Random because it's just his YouTube show, and he has these static cameras, and the best one, I've referenced it a bunch on the show, the one that you just have to see is Richard Dreyfuss.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because he is really drunk and he really loves Israel. And it is just, and then at one point he asks Bill Maher directly. He goes, hey, you never gave your sister, we used to call it a movie star kiss. You never gave your sister a movie star kiss. And in a moment, the most I've related to Bill Maher pretty much in his entire career. He just stops. Is like, what the fuck, Richard? And he starts talking about.
You've never had incestuous thought about siblings?
He starts talking about incest for real. And
I mean, what is he like? Ben fucking Shapiro, like looking at his sister's pregnant pics. Like, I haven't been staring at these pictures for hours,
dude.
Like, damn, yeah, your sister's hot, man, but come on, like, don't be horny on man for your sis.
So he has the Hawk Tuah girl on, and he has no clue who she is. And the best part is she doesn't know who the fuck he is.
Yeah,
generations
That
apart.
was fantastic.
Point.
It's kind of amazing because it is literally he's like 50 years older than her.
Oh my God.
She's 22 at this point. I think he's like 69, 70. He's almost 70.
Oh God, man! Holy
And,
shit! There's a quote in fucking Ringworld by Larry Niven. It's like the main guy's like, "Oh, what kind of strange connection a 200-year-old man can have with a 20-year-old girl?"
Jesus
God
Christ.
damn, dude. The 70s were weird.
Well, so like that happens July 28th. So she's just popped off, right? Like we're, her thing went viral. She kind of came out and was like, "Hey, it's me in that video," right? Because she's just a random person they interviewed on the street. And so she kind of literally comes out of nowhere. She, I think, was working at like shipping and receiving at some place in Mississippi. Just regular person living their life who is funny.
Nashville for the weekend, having a good time, bitch.
Yeah, and it was, when it happened, I think I said as much. I was like, she kind of reminds me of like people we grew up with, who were just regular folks, but they're fucking funny, And she's charming, and then she gets on this Bill Maher show, and he literally is just like, "Let me tell you something, honey. You're just starting out of your career. You need to listen to me." And it's like,
I know all the names.
yeah. He's like,
I got my little black Brock.
it's so crazy. And then at one point he goes, "You know what you should do? We'll do it on my podcast network. A sex show."
Yeah.
Like, get away from her. I hope Haliey Welch brought mace to Bill Maher's dungeons. My God. So that goes down. We talked about that on the show. When this was going down, I was like, you know what? She's going to be fine. She certainly does not need Bill Maher's advice, right?
Nope.
So that's July 28th. July 30th, she was making the rounds, right? She had just got a publicist. They booked her on every podcast. So July 30th, she's on a show called Howie Mandel Does Stuff, a show hosted by Howie Mandel.
You don't say.
And his daughter, Jacqueline Mandel Schultz. So that's the show. I think I've watched a couple of things if there were comedians that were interesting to me on there. I have met Howie Mandel many times. He used to do our show at West Side Comedy Theater. Always was a nice enough guy. Then he kind of bought Just for Laughs and sort of crashed that into the ground. So whatever. And maybe not the best businessman. But at any rate, she gets on the show. And this is when Haliey Welch meets, presumably, I think, Jacqueline's husband. So Howie Mandel's son-in-law. His name is Alexander Larson Schultz, a.k.a. Lex Larson.
Wow.
A.k.a. Dr. Hollywood.
Oh, what?
So Doc Hollywood was once the rapping half of a musical group called Ya Boy. And they had a song called We Run LA.
God damn.
And if you look at they have like an IMDb page about Ya Boy. Presumably Doc Hollywood wrote this himself because they say the song was a massive hit, topping the charts and played daily on Ryan Seacrest's Top 40 radio show. And I looked up this song and it had like 125K views. I was like, maybe on some other platform. Maybe it was a TikTok thing that I don't understand.
Or somebody was confusing it with Doc Hollywood, the actual movie.
Yeah, with Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But he went on to found a group called the Americanos, and they were responsible for actual popular songs. One of them is called Blackouts, which was featured on the Zac Efron dubstep DJ romance movie, We Are Your Friends. Which is
famous from that.
Have you seen this? It's fucking insane. We need actually. I'm gonna Q1. We'll get it on the Patreon. I'll find somebody to talk about We Are Your Friends. It's fucking bananas. But after not achieving widespread rock star fame, though, Larson rebranded himself as Doc Hollywood in the cryptocurrency space.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
I love where this is going.
And so out of his earliest projects, one of them was called Bitcoin Buds. And Bitcoin Buds, and this is from the site, we are a fusion of cannabis culture and NFTs. And I was like,
Wow, we're just really checking the list on this one. Yeah.
let's pretend NFTs are a thing.
Yes.
Let's say they're little pictures that exist on a computer that only you own. We'll take that. Let's forget that you could just save it as a JPEG and you own it now too.
PNG, please.
Whatever. We'll just put that aside. you'll find cannabis is a thing that actually needs to exist in the real world for it to matter.
It's a thing what grows from the earth.
Right.
I do believe.
You have to ingest it.
People don't just like a little picture of cannabis on their screen.
Yeah, you can't get high. You can't get high from a picture, man.
Yeah. That's why everybody was reading High Times when magazines were still a thing. Dude, I get so high, man.
Oh, I went to the Books A Million and no High Times.
Oh.
But there was
Who would still be getting high?
But there were more. But there were other weed
sometimes there's a
magazines.
seed
There was like
underneath the
5
sticker.
weed magazines, and
If
none
you
of them
lift
were
up the
fucking High
sticker,
Times.
sometimes there's a seed and you can plant it.
And then, of course, there's Field Ethos, the magazine for the unapologetic man.
Field Ethos?
Yes.
You mean Everyman?
Oh, it's fucking weird. And then there was.
Man, you get all the deep cuts when you're a mailman delivering the things people are
Oh, dude,
ashamed
this is
to
just me
read.
fucking around in a Books A Million. Like, I haven't. Actually, somebody asked me the other day, like, hey, have you seen, like, porn? Like fucking, like, so, porn magazines still exist. Like, they're all greened out on the fucking bookshelf, on the shelf or whatever. And I asked all the rule carriers, like, dude, have you ever, like, delivered a dirty mag? And they're like, no.
You
What
mean
the
High
fuck?
Times, brother?
What the shit? And then, like, it was kind of a buzz in the rural area. Like, holy shit! And we talked to the oldest guy there. He's like, porno mag, shit. I haven't delivered one of those since the fucking 2000. Like, it's fucking great.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What if it's just more conspicuous now and they don't
Well,
know
no,
they're
it's a very,
delivering
like,
a
it's
porno
surely
mag?
they
They put it in the thing like at
sleeve.
the gas station with the sleeve and the greens. Like, oh, that's porno mag.
But
Where
what if
now
they-
it's like all
what if
the.
they put it in like an Amazon package now?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
they'll
I'm
never
sure-
know.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
But there's still, I'm sure there's still periodicals
You
that
tell
exist.
that old son of a bitch that he's delivered porn mags without realizing it, and you watch his
True.
world crumble.
I mean, they still saw him down at the torch.
So, Bitcoin buds are AI drawings of Pepe the Frog smoking weed.
Wow. Holy shit. They just ran down the fucking checklist. Like, hey,
Yeah.
we need this, this, and this, and this. Let's throw it through ChatGPT. Let's see what we can get. Fuck off. All these people can go fuck off.
One of the more upsetting ones was a female Pepe with, very large features for some reason. I was like, who is this for?
Horny.
Worst person.
Yeah. Are you...
The worst, most deserving to be ripped off person around.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
they sell tech bros with too much money.
That's the thing. It's like he's a horny troll stoner. Okay. Yeah, so the project promised community rewards and long-term value, but instead, when you believe it, funds vanished and investors were left with valueless tokens. Accusations of insider trading and liquidity draining marked Larson's first alleged rug pull. August 15th, 2024, Haliey throws out the first pitch at a Mets game and launches her own podcast, Talk Tuah.
I mean, you gotta
That's a
you gotta
good
respect
pod.
it.
That's
You
a
gotta
solid
respect
pod.
it.
And,
Yeah.
and you thought we were done running over awful people. No, Talk Tuah hosted on Jake Paul's podcast network.
Oh, fucker.
So, I mean, it's literally everything.
Yeah, no, you're just hitting all the hits.
And it featured guest appearances from big names like Mark Cuban and Wiz Khalifa. And on October 8th, Haliey begins tweeting about cryptocurrency. There was a few sly references before this, but it's entirely possible she was making TikToks on the subject, but I ain't watching all that. So
Oh, fuck no.
pretty much from this point on, her Twitter changes from, she'd previously been talking about, she'd, with her kind of, I guess, initial money that she made, started a charity that was like looking after animals.
Yeah, for the animal shelters and things.
Yeah, so giving money to animal shelters, good stuff.
She was using her 15 minutes of fame for positive things. Which
Yes.
is not a lot, that doesn't happen that much.
Yeah, so that stopped. And now
Hey, at least she made the fucking effort, you know?
her entire X, the Everything app, seems to just be crypto memes. And that's it.
Oh boy, I'm sure that's unfunny as shit.
It's just mostly her like flying on a rocket ship or like with her head photoshopped into like a guy with a sword or something. Like, it's fucking weird.
Deus Volt?
Yeah, well, I saw there were some people claiming that other people had taken her like social media over. Like she was just like, I don't want to do this. So now it's all, November 2024, Haliey Welch is paid $125,000 to promote a meme coin
Stack that cash, bitch.
called Hawk Coin. And this is
Fuck yeah.
this is according to Stephen Feindenstein, better known as CoffeeZilla. So if you want to watch some just great, takedowns of fraud and bullshit on the internet, highly recommend CoffeeZilla, particularly his Logan Paul saga has been pretty amazing. But yeah, all of this, of course, was leading up to the big day. December 4th, the Solana-based Hawk meme coin goes live. And the coin quickly gained a market evaluation of $425 million.
Kiss my ass.
Before plummeting to $30 million within 3 hours.
Hell yeah.
That is a loss of 93% of its value.
It doesn't exist.
Right.
This is an imaginary thing, you fucking dipshits.
Mm-hmm.
So this was apparently a classic pump and dump scam, also known as a rug pull, whereby coins are bought at a low price, heavily promoted to inflate their value, and then sold at the peak, often by company insiders. And apparently a web of 285 interconnected wallets collectively acquired 96% of Hawk's supply during the token pre-sales and giftings. Then within the first few minutes, they dropped all of those, and they pocketed over $3 million in the process.
God damn.
So
Why can't we scam people like this?
this is the thing.
Ethics?
Oh, fuck ethics. No. If
No,
you scam
it's-
rich idiots
it's
who
that
have
we're
no
not.
ethics.
It's that we're not famous enough.
Yeah,
That's
what
really
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're some intelligent people. I mean, I have a fucking degree. Bruce has a fucking degree. Like we're able to like convince some fucking morons for money to do something, right?
Well, so this is kind of what I wanted to lead into as far as like talking about this, because it seems to me, because the joke that was going around was people were tweeting things like, I was a big fan of Hawk Tuah and I invested my life savings and lost everything.
Oh no, bro.
That's not true.
yeah.
Basically, the American economy has been whittled down to such bullshit that it is now basically people who are aware they're being scammed who are trying to scam other people before the bigger fish scams them, which seems to be what this is, because unless I'm wrong, tweet at me, at Rivers Langley, hit me up wherever if I'm wrong, but it seems like no one in their right mind would put real money into this.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's a fucking.
This is all.
It's in the name. It's a meme coin. You don't fucking do that.
Right.
It's a meme.
So I feel like
It's for
a lot was made out of the fact that like, oh, she conned innocent people out of all this money, and I was just like, if you
Con
if you
idiots.
if
You con dumb people.
if you play with pigs, you're gonna get covered in shit, man. Like that's what this is. It's all fake.
I can't help but think about her like at the beginning of the year, right?
Yeah.
Like
Straight
she
up.
couldn't have
The
predicted.
hero we needed.
She was working at an office. I think it was like a paper company or just some normal ass shit like that. And then she got drunk on Broadway one night in Nashville, and now the Securities and Exchange Commission might be having a word with her because they stole $3 million. You can't do that, Hawk Tuah.
My, what tangled webs we weave.
It's fucking crazy. So yesterday, Protos reported that the team that launched the Hawk coin over here, said that's the name of the team, the group took zero fees from Hawk and made zero profit on the project, but ultimately became the chief architect of the token because Doc Hollywood said
I'm sorry, I can't take anything seriously.
anything that there's a comma because Doc Hollywood said ... Just go ahead and disregard anything past that.
Doc Hollywood's recommending all this fancy new medicine to me, and I just want me a sarsaparilla.
So Doc Hollywood was supposed to design it all, but wouldn't you know it, he vanished when things got hard. His name
Just like
is
Doc Hollywood.
That's so unlike Doc Hollywood. I just found out about Doc Hollywood today, and I was like, I wouldn't trust Doc Hollywood as far as I could fucking throw him.
Just like in
he
the,
did used to run LA back in the day with his friends.
With his friends in Yeah
he ran
Boy.
LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Over Here team says that issues with Doc Hollywood created a situation.
Fucking hell, man.
Issues with Doc Hollywood created a situation where the token underdelivered on key promises. So it's like,
Oh,
are you telling me Doc Hollywood's a bastard? What?
You're saying you can't trust a handshake with Doc Hollywood?
Doc Hollywood is such a thrown together last minute wrestling heel name.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And I mean that because on November 1st, when I was doing commentary, we had a guy who was supposed to be eaten by a bear, and we just
Nice.
Supposed to be?
yeah,
Yeah.
on the wrestling show. I do commentary for a comedy.
amazing.
When you say a
promotion.
bear,
A guy, I mean, it's a guy in a bear costume. But
okay,
in-
I was about to say that can go one of two ways.
But in kayfabe,
In
he
the-
had
you
to
want the actual
actually
bear.
eat him.
Yeah, so we always do a eating contest of some kind, pie eating or whatever at the beginning before the show
Velveeta
starts.
shells and cheese.
And we didn't used to gimmick the contest, but now we do. It's to turn them into an angle. So we had
Fuck yeah.
3 people. I think it was a Halloween candy eating contest. And we had 2 regular audience members. One of them was my friend from Alabama who was in town, Wes. But
Hell yeah, Wes.
Yeah.
He win?
No, it was gimmicked. So the third guy was literally Mr. Hollywood. And it was just
Nice.
obviously an indie wrestler. He just came in with sunglasses on and just looking cool. And the prize was if you ate the most candy, then you got to be the manager of the first wrestler to come out, and it happened to just be a bear. And so Mr. Hollywood was summarily killed and eaten on stage.
Oh,
by
that's
the bear.
fantastic.
Now, I must ask, when you say Halloween candy,
Right.
what do you mean by Halloween?
I mean,
candy?
everybody had a bowl of just random shit, and then Mr. Hollywood had 2 pieces. So it was obviously gimmicked as soon as
Yeah.
you saw the bowls, and then
Yeah.
he ate the 2 pieces in one. Yeah. So,
I'm
yeah.
just wondering if it was like a Kit Kat
Yeah,
situation.
did you run down
like
to
you're
Dollar
really
Tree?
like,
How did this,
yeah.
how did these bowls
I mean,
get
you
filled
see
up?
the candy bowl in front of us. You know I'm a candy man.
That's true. I was doing commentary. I couldn't really see that far, but, it was
Like where there's originals take a little bit too long. You know, like
And if it's all Skittles, it's done too quick.
Yeah.
oh yeah, and if it's
Just
if
start
it's
swallowing.
and if it's Tootsie Rolls, you just fucking throw them on the ground because fuck Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah, I would assume it's like maybe a Milky Way situation, something
gross.
something to eat quickly. So now people are suing. And
So anyway, people.
Any will be.
it's
There's court things happening.
to Nico's point, it's so crazy that you could start off the year
So normal.
so goddamn normal and end it by being like,
It's also
I suit?
beautiful sort of karma. You know, it's like what drives the boys wild.
yeah.
Ripping them off with a crypto
Yeah.
scam. That's what does it.
It was never
That's
about
what really does
It
it.
was never about spitting on that thing.
Give them the razzle dazzle.
Call it that spit coin. You know what I'm
Financial
saying?
Oh yeah, no, Spitcoin would have been so much better. Oh, fuck.
It's because scammers aren't smart like us amazing,
Yeah.
funny
They're
people.
really creative, man. They just having fun, money. Shit.
Bitcoin.
Yeah. Bill Maher
Fucking Spitcoin.
Bill Maher said that she should listen to him and let him be her showbiz professor, you know? I believe those were his words.
Sherpa,
Yeah.
if you will. Yeah.
And it was creepy as shit, but like in hindsight, Bill Maher isn't the stand-up hack from the 80s that was the issue. It was Howie Mandel the whole time. Isn't that crazy?
Back to Howie
It is
Mandel.
crazy, yeah.
Howie Mandel's Bobby's World, right?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
how. That's how I remember.
He's
Howie
the germaphobe. He's got the deal or no deal. He's got he puts the
he's completely
glove
bald
over his
now.
head and blows it
Oh
up.
yeah, but was it a glove or was it a condom?
It was a glove because he had a giant bag of props that was also shaped like a glove.
Nah.
Yeah. So anyway,
Karen Toppin.
also that germaphobe shit is real, by the way. He does not touch the mic when he does stand up.
I mean, why would you? Do you know? I've seen y'all's open mics.
Yeah, I've seen some rough shit.
No, I mean he's not wrong, but it was funny. We had our show Unnecessary Evil. We had Candace Thompson, friend of the pod, hosting. Candace is pretty short, and Howie doesn't touch the mic, so the mic stays in the stands. And so she went up and had the mic at her height, and then Howie Mandel goes up and basically leaned over to talk into the microphone the whole time.
Nice.
Anyway, so that's the Hawk Tuah situation as it stands. It's crazy. We're at we talked about her in July, and here we are. Couldn't have imagined, but what a dark turn.
I mean, a dark and this isn't America. Inevitable turn.
Yeah. Hey, well, we're the land of scammers,
Yeah,
like I
what
said.
kind of supervillain are you going to turn into? How is the 15 minutes going to corrupt your soul
Yeah.
and turn you into a twisted
I
parody
think
you
this is
used to
the
be?
best possibility.
Going to jail for fraud. That's the good news, is that America's financial regulation system is so fucking bad, and Congress doesn't understand this shit at all. So
yeah.
it probably will slip through the cracks, but who knows?
Like what? They're not allowed to scam people? Come on.
This is America.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
land of being able to do that.
Yeah, that's how you get ahead, because that's the only way you can get ahead.
That's right. So anyway, we'll keep you updated if there's any more to the Hawk Tuah situation. I
You either die good and famous, or you live long enough to be an evil crypto bastard.
it's God. If she had just not gone on the Howie Mandel podcast.
Which is so weird.
Like, you can imagine her just wearing the prison uniform, and someone
Yeah.
says, "How are you here?" And she goes, "Fucking Howie Mandel."
Howie Mandel,
Like, just-
of all things.
What if being on this podcast dramatically changes the course of our lives?
You know,
I mean, I hope so. I've had so many injuries this month. I kind
so
of want to go
Nico,
up.
what are you in jail for? Fucking Rivers Langley.
I made fun of Governor Hawk Tuah.
Ambassador to China, got Hawk Tuah.
Trump's first pick for the FBI, Matt Gaetz, fell through, so now it's Hawk Tuah Girl.
Honestly, why not? At this point, she seems chill. Like,
She's at least worth an ambassador.
yeah.
She's a diplomat, definitely.